Okay, sorry about that. My AirPods are super freaking loud.
No, you're good, chief. You're all good. You're all good.
Yeah, I spent a few days out of town, so sorry about that.
No, no, you're absolutely no need to say sorry for being out of town. Jesus, we all need breaks.
Yeah, that's you ain't lying.
100%, 100%. So, how you doing? How's it going?
It's going. Trying to
But
get
not as easy as it
everything.
seems, is it?
Oh, it's not that. We finally got an idea and outline of what we want to do. It's a matter of getting it done. Um, we literally just finished up the contract like right before the meeting last week that we had. And so now it's about trying to figure out who's staying and who's going. And we're
Yeah, I heard
probably
Chloe
gonna do
left.
some. Yeah, Chloe and Pixie both left. It is
Mm.
what it is. I mean, I'm happy for them. If they have a better opportunity somewhere else, then so be it.
Do you think they have better opportunities?
Chloe signed with Wu Chang, which I already had an idea that was gonna happen. Pixie thinks that she was gonna stay independent. Her issue that she told me was something about she felt like the finance conversation in the meeting wasn't any of her business. I
Makes sense. Not the artist's business to know about where the money comes
well,
from. So,
I guess whenever it comes down to where my money is for my radio submissions that everybody keeps asking for, it's kind of some people's business if they don't know where when they're getting their money.
mm, I guess so. It's not really how I look at it, but it's one of those ones, I guess.
Well, whenever people keep asking over and over again,
Hi,
where's my money?
Sandy.
Where's my money? Where's my money? Let me guess you outside.
I am sat at a bench.
Would you like to come in?
No, I'm fine. I'll sit on this bench. It's fine. It's more dramatic this way.
Okay, is it?
Yeah, yeah. Hi, princess. What you saying? Nice, nice. Messing with all the presets, yeah.
Yeah, they mess around with some of the dials. I don't know what they did. This is a completely foreign language to me.
Let me finish having this conversation with Bella. You two. I'll talk to you in a bit. later. Yeah. Shit. What was I saying? Fuck. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they're gonna do whatever they want. Like,
Yeah,
because
absolutely. I can't blame them.
I heard that. Well, I mean, I heard that Chloe left and was signed up with Chang in 10 hours.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like I said, she already had an idea where she was going before she even had the conversation with us.
And they
I
don't
think.
rub you the wrong way.
Mm, no, not really. Because I mean, I can't. The only thing I can do is take her feedback back. You know what I
Which
mean?
was
And I mean that she said that she didn't want to be part of restructure. She wanted to focus on being an artist, but I had told her that nobody had really expected her to step up in any kind of way, shape, or form. But I understand that she felt like the pressure was on her.
mm,
And she
fair enough.
says that we're on a right track, but I don't know if I 110% believe that that's her opinion. But it is what it is.
I mean, if you're on the right track, why would she leave? No, and I'm not saying you're not on the right track. I just don't know why she would say that.
I think a lot to do with it is.
I have
Oh,
a shot
outside this
on him
radio.
right now.
Okay.
Tell me to take the shot. I will take the shot.
I think another thing is too is
Take the shot,
she
take
has
the
more
shot.
friends over there, and she
Jefes, take the
feels
shot.
like she's
Bella,
more included
Bella,
over
Jefes,
there.
take the shot.
Sorry, this fucking radio's loud as shit. And yeah, I guess she's just more comfortable over there, and all I can do is continue to go according to the plan that we have set up and see how it goes from there.
Fair enough. Well, this is more a common courtesy call. I'm gonna let you know I am going to talk to SK today.
Okay.
About Mandem records and things.
Okay.
So I'm just letting you know up front in case you think I'm going behind your back or blah 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 blah. I'm not. I just want to have a conversation.
Mhm.
Obviously, I've been waiting now for 3 weeks for a contract from you that hasn't come. So
Yeah, well, that's another part with the money situation is we only have so much money in the account with very little feedback on when we're actually going to start being able to get government funding again and grants and stuff. Like we have absolutely no feedback on that. So the money that we have in the account is very, very limited. We're not able to give any bonuses at the moment. And I mean, that's a conversation if you would like to have with SK, you can, but that's where we stand as far as finances go. So I can't offer you a contract with money that I know that you feel that your time is worth without having that squared away first.
Yeah, I guess it's more the fact that like I've waited 3 weeks and not had like you haven't not just you, but no one from MDMR has been in contact.
Yeah.
Like no one's reached out to me, no one's tried to speak to me, nobody. I feel like
Well, I also didn't want to come to you with a mediocre idea of where we stand as far as the company goes. My first priority was to have that meeting last week, and then my second priority was to kind of get these contracts, situated. But I also spent time out of the city, so I couldn't really do much whenever I was out of town. So I'm back this week all week.
Okay. I mean, I thought the whole point was from my understanding, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the whole point that like people didn't like that one person was running the entire label, so you put loads of different people in charge?
Yeah, we got Saint as CEO now,
who didn't reach out.
Yeah, and then we have Harlow.
Who didn't reach out.
I've only talked to Saint like a couple of times, or I think once since last week whenever I had to get out of town.
So is SK not CEO anymore?
He is, but he's made it clear that he really won't be doing much in the studio still. So he made Saint CEO in his place, basically. So whenever he's not around, she's in charge.
Oh, am I talking to the wrong person then? Should I be talking to Saint?
I mean, if you want to talk to Saint, but as far as organization of how we're going to do like contracts and stuff like that, I think that would be more of my area. But I mean, you're more than welcome to talk to Saint if you feel
I'm not talking about just contracts though.
Okay. What are you getting at exactly? I've assumed that part of it was to call y'all or to call you and have a conversation with you about what we can offer you at MDMR, right? Is that not it?
Yeah, but okay, but my thing is, it's been 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't snap my fingers and make everything put into place. We're kind of waiting on things to settle. Like I said, the contract was just finished up last week. And I mean, I don't know what anybody else has been up to. I can only speak for myself as far as my time and time management goes. Like, I haven't even got a chance to call Saint yet because I just woke up. So I can't really give you feedback on what she's been up to.
Okay, can you see it from the? Let's roles reversed, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are you, and I tell you, yeah, I'm gonna be back to you in a week with a contract, and then you hear nothing for 3 weeks. Would you? And I've sat around and just waited. I've not pressurized. I've not been in the studio. I've not done nothing. I've just waited for you to make a call. And even now, I'm the one that's had to reach out.
Yeah, well, my intentions were to call you this week and to talk to you about everything that's been going on. Like I said, I had nothing at the time to be able to give you until we got everything situated on where things stand, where we are as a company. Because I can't come to you with a mediocre offer. But you already know
it's not. You know it's not about. I didn't take a wage the whole time I worked at Mandem Records.
I get that.
So why now? Why now would it be about money?
Because based on our last conversation, it was.
What was?
You said that you wanted to see what we can offer you, and then money was part of that conversation.
Well, I mentioned money.
Yes, you did.
How much did I say?
You didn't give a specific amount. You just said that, and we both talked about it. It was whenever we had the meeting. I believe Saint was there for that meeting. And possibly Jay. And that you had asked what we can offer you, and I said that I don't have anything to offer you.
Did I specifically mention money?
Money was discussed. Now, whether or not you said it specifically, I don't remember what you said verbatim. I just remember that money was part of the conversation of what we can offer you. Because they even said, I don't know where we stand financially. As far as giving you like a sign-on bonus and stuff like that. Because, I mean, your time is valuable. Your art is valuable. So I don't want to give you an offer that I can't back up. And I also don't want to insult your talent.
All right. I mean, okay.
Yeah, I should have reached out earlier. I just didn't want to come up to you and be like, hey, I have no idea what the fuck is going on right now. I'm trying to get it organized in my head, on paper. I'm trying to get everything in place. You know,
But I would respect that more, like,
I
because
get that.
at least then there's been some sort of communication. Now it feels like it's a case of like, no disrespect. I look at your
I'm very new to this too, you know?
I'm not blaming you as a, I'm just speaking to you again. You're the person I've got to go to, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying I'm hearing a load of shit, like a load of stuff about Mandem Records. I'm still sitting here waiting for the offer. And then I hear, you know, 2 of your premium talent is now left, which is a bit worrying for me from my perspective.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
I
heard,
understand that completely.
I then hear that there was a meeting that happened, and you specifically told people, I'm not saying you, but the collective you as the company specifically said that my name is not allowed to be mentioned.
I don't have any recollection of that. So I think if it was mentioned, like if it was said that way, I don't think it came across how it was supposed to. Like, I don't remember that being said, but if anything, I'd imagine that it was said as far as like management goes, if I had to guess. But I genuinely don't remember how that conversation went.
All right, so let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see this all playing out?
In regards to how MDMR is gonna grow, is that your question, or
just in general? I'm talking mainly. Let's talk about me, for instance. First of all, like, how do you see this all playing out?
I'm not 100% sure how to answer that question exactly. But you, for example, I mean, the best that I can do in a situation that I was thrown into is do my very best. And like I said, my first priority was to get everything organized to make sure that everybody knew exactly what their place was. Now that we have that situated, now we can go on and go out recruiting. We can go out doing pop-up shows. We can actually be more active within the community. Now that all of that's squared away. Now, as far as you goes, if that's something that you see once we continue to grow, like we're literally, like, it's literally all settled to where we can actually do something now. You know, before it was chaotic. Nobody knew where they stood. Nobody knew what their role was in the company. And now that we all have that squared away, we're able to actually go out and do things now. You know, so first priority is to figure out who's staying, get them signed, get it understood that we're having to wait a little bit before we can do sign-on bonuses. So, I mean, that's as far as a standstill for some people, and some people don't really care about it. Now, next thing is to go out there, play music, let people know who we are again, finding people that want to come check out the studio and be a part of it. Keep in touch with, because Ava hasn't been around and she wanted to take on the whole, artist relations thing. So we need to be able to actually get in touch with the artists to talk to them about what they feel, because that was only
how can you get in touch with people who are not awake though?
Well, I trust me, I understand that. That's again one of the reasons why we're at a slow start at this restructure. We can only do what we're handed.
I'm not grilling you, Bella. I'm honestly, I'm just trying to have an open conversation.
And I'm just answering you according to what I can. Like, things were hectic 3 weeks ago. I didn't know where I stood. I didn't know if this was a permanent spot for me or not. I didn't know what to expect. Once we had that squared away, then it's like, okay, next step, get a meeting, get a contract, get everybody where they need to be. And we have those spots filled to where they need to be. And now it's a matter of just executing the plan. And, from this conversation that we're having at this exact moment, like, we're just getting a chance to start executing this plan.
All right, cool. Say less.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I should have reached out to you sooner. I just didn't want to reach out to you mid me not being able to have a well-structured conversation with you, because I would rather not call you and be like, I have no fucking idea where I stand at this moment. So I wanted to get a better idea of how to even approach that conversation.
Yeah, I guess so. Like I say, all I know is I've got a few options on the table, and for me, I'm trying to figure out what's best for me. Number one, like, I helped rebuild Mandem Records to what it was, and I'll be honest, the fact that like you or Harlow or Sane or Jay or again this or Ava, the fact that like nobody wanted to reach out because these are the people you're saying are in charge now, right? Like nobody want or Raiden, nobody wanted to reach out and be like, yo, things are moving a little bit slow right now. But you know, bear with us, blah 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 blah. Even just a simple conversation. Kind of.
Besides, I don't mean to cut you off. I have a really bad habit of that. I finish. You can
No,
finish
you're fine. Go on.
No, like besides Harlow, like we're all really new to this. Like I've never had this type of position before, so I'm literally doing what I can. Saint was kind of thrown into her role as well, and Raiden's been here longer than me, but Raiden's also new at the CMO situation. So like we're a new team of management minus Harlow. So, I mean, we're just learning exactly what to do. And I know that sounds really unprofessional, but I mean, that's the fact of the matter.
No, I don't think it sounds unprofessional. I think my question is, so when Ava doesn't wake up consistently, what happens then? When Harlow's not awake consistently, what happens then? What happens like because like I'm hearing a lot there's a lot of problems with inexperience in the record label, and running a record label is really hard. I've run a record label for 3 years, but I've not heard one conversation of, oh, maybe we should bring Fixer back.
Well, you made it abundantly clear that you wanted absolutely nothing to do with guidance. From the second that you asked me to
That's not what I said.
Well, no. We're not going to do that. Because whenever you called me that morning, whenever everything went down, you asked me you told me that you wanted to make me COO and that you were going to offer me guidance and it was going to be a slow transition. Then whenever everything popped off after the contract conversation, you know, it all downward spiraled. Then the conversation that we had after that, whenever we were, I think it was either on the phone or whenever we were in the office.
No, we were in the office, and I can tell you exactly what I said. I said, if I sign as an artist, do not expect me to then give you guidance on everything else.
Yeah,
that's what exactly. I know exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. That doesn't mean there's not an option to bring me somewhere. But ultimately, as well, I feel like other than like me quitting, and I know me quitting was wrong, and realistically, I shouldn't have quit. I should have just stepped down. I do think like a lot of, and I'm not going to go into them, but a lot of shit has happened that has looked negatively upon me from the conversations I've had with people. Because again, I still have friends inside that building.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the conversation that I'm hearing is like, it's like all of a sudden I did nothing right at Mandem Records.
Nobody that I've talked to said anything about you not doing anything right. Everybody that I've talked to, we've all talked about how good, like how much you've done and that we would not be anywhere of where we were without you. Every person that I've talked to. So if anybody is saying anything otherwise, I have absolutely no knowledge of that. Because even, you know, me and everybody that I've talked to, all we do is sing your praises. And now the only, I guess, something that you can consider would be a negative thing is, you know, the acting passionately, which is in regards to you quitting and telling everybody to suck your balls and stuff like that. So I mean that's the only thing that's remotely
we consider that worse than stabbing someone inside the building?
No, absolutely not. And we're also, you know, we are trying to change the way that things are run as far as that goes too. So no, I don't think that.
Look, I'm gonna say it like this, simple as like I'm confused. Like I've let it play out the way how it has, right? Like I've let it play out, but the fact of the matter is still, I look at what's there. You have no engineers in house. You have no one producer in house.
Yeah, that's active.
Like you have a bunch of roster that's inactive. I'm sitting here waiting outside the fucking door, sat on the bench. I'm standing up now, but
would you like to come in?
I'm fine. Thank you. I'm fine.
I stayed inside because you said this was more dramatic.
I'm fine. It's way more dramatic. It works well.
Okay.
But I'm just confused. Like any other, like I'm gonna let you know, this is not even me. This is not even me saying you're going to foul, but I'm letting you know if you move this slow on anybody else, they're just gonna go and sign with Wu Chang.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I get what you're saying of like things in place, blah blah. Think Mandem Records has never had things in place. We make things happen, and I'm feeling, and that's all I'm thinking. I'm like, all right, cool. There's a part of me now that, and I'll give you the honest truth about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of me now that goes, all right, cool. Let me just leave you lot alone. You lot do whatever it is you want. And then when things are like really dire, I'll just come back and try to become a management again. Like, what's stopping me from trying to do that? But again, for me, I'm like, why do we not just? I don't understand why we don't just work together. And this is not me saying that I have to become back as management, but I'm like, why do we not just work together and make this work? Like, I've had conversations with multiple people already.
I mean, I'm more than happy to work with you as far as like I said, I would have much rather do guidance when it comes to this. If you genuinely wanted to step down because you felt like it was the best thing for you, I genuinely wanted to learn from you and I wanted to make you proud. That was my intentions whenever I was okay with accepting the position, because I genuinely thought that you felt like it was in your best interest to step down to artists. And I was going to do my best to make you proud and to learn from you. And then
it was, but in the same breath, I then got attacked by Mandem and shot off of their block. I then got chased around the cities in black vans.
See, I don't know anything about that.
I then had to go into, I know, but nobody asked, Bella. Nobody asked. No one, everyone assumed that, oh, Fix is crazy, or Fix is this, or Fix is that. Nobody, and these are people, you being included of them, were meant to have been my friend. Nobody picked up the phone to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. No one gave a fuck about me.
Well, I did call you later that day to check in on you, and you told me that you wanted nothing to do with me and answered that. Yeah, so, I mean, I wanted to give you your space. Because
3 weeks.
I'm not the type of person that likes, like, whenever I'm dealing with shit, I don't like people to keep asking me over and over again. So I try to give people the respect that I expect. 1 phone call in 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I should have called you earlier. I should have, and that's on me. You know, I will take.
I'm just, my thing is, look, put it this way. Look, I can produce and I can somewhat engineer.
In an ideal situation, what do you expect whenever you come?
In the ideal situation, this is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the conversation I'm going to have with the people I need to have it with. We get ourselves a director's board of people, and the company is left to run by us. So it's not run by Mandem, it is run by us. And then we figure that out. At the end of the day, we are the ones who are going to be in there every single day. We are the ones who are going to be out there recruiting. We are the ones who are going to be out there making the music. That's physically making it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and again, there's a lot of stuff that's gone that it's hard for me to articulate it here, but the amount of emails that I've been getting from people about other things that I am a little bit hurt by you.
What did I do?
We'll have to talk about it in another place.
I very, very rarely mention your name at all in any conversation. So if anybody's saying that
I didn't say it was about me per se.
Okay.
There's that. There's the emails, which I didn't leave straight away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we make a secret tab and then say, oh, Fixer can't see this.
No, only reason we did that was not because we didn't want you to see it, is because we didn't want to make you feel like you were still in management if you genuinely wanted to not be part of it. Like, you had quit, and I didn't want to disrespect you by having these conversations where you would feel the pressure to be part of. Look, everything that I'm doing is all I try to do is look at things from the best interest of the person. From as far as I'm aware, you felt like this was best for you. So I don't want to have to bombard you with questions or anything like that, because I am respecting what you've told me. And as far as the email chain goes, I didn't want you to feel like that you were still in that responsibility, which was the only reason why.
I stepped down.
Yeah, well, that's why I had said that, is there a way that we can have it to where you're not able to be, not having to be part of it?
I think, but this is part of the problem. Like the way that emails work, like that whole thing, like I was gone. I didn't work for the company. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't work for the company. So there was no reason for, and then there's little snites that are thrown at me and I'm like, hold up a minute. Like I'll say it from my perspective. Like you wouldn't be at Mandem Records if it wasn't for me. Harlow would have been sacked 4 times over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, it feels like it's the two of you mainly that I'm like sitting there going, what the hell's going on? Like,
we're trying to figure out what's going on. Like,
yeah, but
that's literally all it is. Like that's genuinely all it is.
Can I tell you what it seems like from the outside looking in?
Oh, I can about imagine, but yeah, go ahead.
No, but I'm saying it seems like a power trip.
I don't.
I didn't say it was. I said it seems like.
Yeah.
So what it can be perceived as.
I mean, I guess I can see that looking like that from the outside in. It's just hard for me to see that. Like, but
yeah,
I mean, I can understand.
I can only give you the. It does, and as much as I didn't get everything right at Mandem Records. I am openly admitted that I put a whole EP out explaining the entire situations,
which was really good, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
But the point is that's not the point. Is that's what I do. That's what I think people forgot. Like, as much as I put my career to the side to help you, to help other people, and that's why I guess I'm in this position now where I'm like, hold up a minute, like. You could have brought me back in the day after I came back. I literally waited a day and said, let me come back as an artist. You could have brought me back in and you didn't.
You
and
said
now
that you didn't. You wanted to wait. Look.
You didn't even try and convince me.
Why would I? Why would I, Fixer?
Bella,
because whenever you look me in the
Bella.
eye and you tell me that this is what I want, I'm not going to sit there and argue with you. Like,
Bella,
that's not the type of person I am.
When I first met you and you were at Uwu, did I not have to convince you to come to the label?
I mean, not entirely.
Bella,
like you called me.
I came and see you at Uwu multiple times. I checked into you multiple times.
I came the day that you called me.
No, I agree. No, you're not. I didn't say that you didn't come straight away because you were motivated, but I still came to you.
Look, you wanted to see what we can offer you, and I wasn't going to be able to offer you anything until we had that squared away. And can I be honest with you?
You're never gonna Mandem Records will never be able to afford what I'm worth.
I agree.
That's like, so that's what I don't understand is you all know I didn't take a wage. Why would now money be the driving force behind what I do?
Everything that has developed, minus anything that happened at the block party, like just taking that whole entire situation and completely excluding it from this conversation. Not that it was mentioned, just so you know, like everything that I have done or said as far as you goes, it's all been based on what you told me straight up. It's one of those situations you say what you mean, I mean what you say. I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to read into it. If you genuinely look me in the eye and you tell me I will not be back until you have something to offer me that I feel like worth anything, then I'm not going to come up to you without having something that I feel like you would like appreciate.
Yeah, but you can still talk to me as an individual.
Well, I get that. But as far as right now we're talking about MDMR. And yes,
yeah, but that's what I'm talking about as MDMR. Let me start like this, right? New producer comes to the city tomorrow, yeah? And we don't have, and I'm putting we as MDMR, right? We don't have a contract ready. I'm still going to phone him, be like, yo, what you been up to? Because I want to keep him on side. And I think that's the part that I feel like you and Harlow, I'll put you together on this one. You're not understanding. Like,
this is brand
the music
new
industry, yeah, but the music industry is full of egos that you have to massage. Like, that is the game. That is it. It's a people person business. Like, and the minute you drop the ball, if I'm anybody else, I'm literally going to go to Wu Chang and it's over. And you will find that time after time after time after time. Again, Pixie, again, the fact that Pixie is not at MDMR is crazy to me. Not Bella, sorry. Chloe, not so much. Like, I saw that the day I met her. As soon as she told me that she knew Mitch Carter from somewhere, don't quite know how she knew him from somewhere, but all right. I knew what was coming eventually. I knew the writing was on the wall. But Pixie is not only a great person, she is not only a fantastic singer, she is motivated as well. And from what I got told was she left
She
and
walked out in the
nobody
middle of
even
the meeting.
but nobody even went after her.
I didn't even know she left.
Yeah,
To be completely honest, I didn't even know she left. Denzel told me that he heard that she quit, so I called her to check in with her. And like she said that it doesn't feel like it's for me. She didn't feel like she should have been part of any of this conversation as far as the meeting goes. And I mean, there was just not really an opportunity to convince her otherwise. But I mean, that's
It
a whole
had gotten
different
to that point,
conversation.
I think, is the point. She didn't feel welcome from day one. Well, because obviously I signed her and then wasn't around because I
Yeah.
went away.
It was a
Like, she
shit
wasn't.
timing.
This is what I'm saying to you. She wasn't made to feel welcome. And it's the same thing again. It feels like here, which is like, I'm looking at the roster right now and I'm going, who do you guys have? Like,
Yeah.
you're talking about like pop-up shows and The number one thing
We
that a
have the
record label,
usual.
yeah, but they haven't even put out new music.
I mean, Clash just came out with a song. He just released a song. I have a bunch that are being worked on that I'm just waiting on. I just came out with a new song last
So that's two.
week. Last week? I think last week. Raiden's finishing up. Oh, actually, Raiden just came out with a song too with Echo. And then he's finishing up the song with me and him. So like we're putting out music. It's just a waiting game.
So 3 songs in 3 weeks, yeah?
1, 2.
I'm not
when
saying that's
Raiden
bad.
finishes that,
I'm not
so
saying that's bad. I'm just saying.
once Raiden finishes the song that he's working on, that'll be 4, which should be very soon. Ideally. But again, that also comes with not having in-house producers at the moment. We're all, besides Raiden, we're all, reaching out to the same person, really.
Yeah, but there's other producers in the world.
Yeah, I've also been emailing a couple of people as well. The new dude, Tim Panic, he does most of his own stuff, but he's not wanting to do other people's stuff right now. He doesn't feel comfortable with it. So.
Well, like I say, from again, all the conversations I've had about Mandem Records is dead since I've left. It's been dead.
Mm-hmm.
No one's been around. Nobody cares. Blah 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 blah. That's what I've been told. Hence why I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to start talking to people then, because I'm not willing to let it die.
Yeah, I mean, neither are we really. I think
Who's we? Who's we? Out of interest,
I mean,
who's we?
Me, Harlow, Raiden, Saint, Class has been pretty persistent over here. Like the usual people that were always in the studio before. Like we don't want it to die. We're just learning how to navigate through it.
Okay, well then, like I say, I'll loop back in a week's time or something then, and figure out from there. Because I keep hearing you. I'm hearing you say Saint, so I'm like, all right, cool. Well, me and Saint don't agree on much. So realistically, it's not. If things are going to stay the way they are right now, which is a Mandem member is going to be the CEO of the company, like I have an idea of what I would do. And like I say, it's not what is in place right now. I don't think I want to come back because ultimately they will always be family first. They will always put themselves first and they will never back us. I was I literally gave 8 months of my life to Mandem Records and it all got thrown to shit over a knife. I want to bring Dit Chicklets back. I've got 4 independent artists who are already established artists that I can go and start a record label with.
Mm-hmm.
And those are my options. I mean, there's other options, but those are my options. I can go to Dit Chicklets, I can go to Damien Tinkelman, I can go to Pixie, I can go to me, and I can build a label off of that and compete.
Yeah.
I can. But I would rather just be back at MDMR and let's build something that is actually going to last beyond 5 minutes. And let's not treat people just because they come in drunk that they're then ostracized for the rest of the time they're at the label, or they wear a piece of clothing so they need to be stabbed, or like, I'm not about that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And if those things are not going to change, then I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that's where we're at. Dick Chicklets can engineer and he can make beats. That solves one issue. We had that.
Yeah.
No one used the resource. That's my point. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people like to complain, but they're very fucking lazy as well, and don't do the research and don't. Oh, I didn't know what to do. You didn't know how to speak to somebody and wake up and speak to somebody, or ask who's the engineer. Like, I love Chloe to bits, but I asked Chloe to send me her songs 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And she never did. So she can use she's not progressed, but I tried. I really did try. And she's still my friend. This isn't Chloe wanted to leave. Cool. But now I want people, and if I do come back, I want the right people. I don't even give a fuck if you're just talented.
Yeah.
Like, no, I want people who want to. There's gonna be, if I come back and I ever get management again, there's going to be a set of things to do. You come to your job, you do your job. What does that mean? That means you're gonna go out and sell fucking mixtapes and make money, not only for yourself but for the label. You're not just sitting in the studio claiming MDMR money, because that's what it is. The tickets are MDMR money.
Mm-hmm.
The company needs to be more self-sustainable off of itself and not rely on radio submissions and radio money. And again, from my perspective, government grants is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, but that's just me.
I mean, whenever you only have so much, you kind of need to.
Yeah, but my point still stands. People haven't done anything. Like, I love what you're saying. I agree with you, but outside of you, who's out there? But it's been 3 weeks. That's almost a month, and you're gonna say things weren't. Wait. Let me.
It literally went down in flames.
Yeah,
like,
but
I know you realize that.
No, I don't. I don't realize I'm not inside it, so I don't know. Remember, like, you didn't know that I was on the run.
Mm-hmm.
How am I meant to know that? I know what people tell me.
Because you were the center of the flame. Like,
what do you mean? How was I the center of the flame? All I did was quit.
Fixer, you were the COO. You quit, and like there was literally an entire situation that took days to navigate through. And then it all happened at the worst possible time. We had to wait for people to get back to even see if these positions were a permanent thing. Like, things take time. It's not just a matter of, okay, let's do it and it's all said and done. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks, but the first week is completely null and void.
Okay, cool. So let's say it's been 2 weeks. That doesn't change the fact that Ava's not been awake consistently, but wants a position of power. It's the same thing that I went through with her. Yeah. She wants power, but doesn't want to wake up and do things. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, you're not. We moved her to a leave of absence position, but then she came back like the next day.
Like, you have to be successful in the music industry, you need people who are around consistently.
I agree.
Why do you think I didn't take a break until that 2 weeks that I weren't here? Like, I was every single day of the week. The only thing I think I ever got wrong was I didn't do enough events because I didn't have the support from people to do the events. My point still stands again with you guys, and we're getting long, so I'm going to stop because we've spoken long enough now. But you can say nothing's been happening for 2 weeks. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about Harlow. I'm not talking about management. I'm talking about the artists. They still haven't got music out. They're still not out there pushing mixtapes. They're still not. As soon as people realize that Mandem Records is a business that needs to make money, it will be a better. Pardon?
I've been pushing mixtapes.
Yeah, but that's my point.
Tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you're both management.
I mean, we're also both artists too, and that's where we started, and that's still the root of where we come from. But
that's I could have said the same thing. I did the same thing. I started as an artist at Mandem Records and worked my way up. But the point still is, your job now isn't to. That's what I'm saying to you. And I don't know if you're realizing it though. Is your job now isn't to focus on you and your music.
No, I know.
Your job now is to elevate every single other person around you. because they're looking to you for guidance.
I need to first meet these people that I need to get in contact with, because some of these people that are in different positions, I don't even know. So I'm trying to figure out how to get in touch with them. Well, like a bunch of the artists that are in the email chain, like I don't even know who they are. So
get rid of them.
That's what we're trying to navigate through. And
but are you trying to navigate that, or is Harlow? Because Harlow wanted to get rid of everybody.
No,
Harlow was
me
very.
And Harlow's been talking and working together with that.
Because you also, one thing I'll say to you both is, you also don't know the history of Mandem Records. Big Toe built this company.
Mm-hmm.
Saint Balenci built this company. Like, and you guys are you're gonna be very quick to get rid of these people. And if they ever wake up again and they're not felt welcome, they're gonna walk there.
Those are the people that we are not going to get rid of. I'm not getting rid of them. I hope that they wake back up at some point and want to be back part of it.
So who is in the emails? I think that's the other.
A lot of
what does what does the emails have to do with us here in Los Santos?
Because I need to know who's actually around to touch base with. Like, I can't call to elevate an artist if I don't even know who this artist is. I didn't hire them. So I have to figure out exactly who they are to even connect with them. So, because a lot of people go by stage names. So I don't even know what their first and last name is to look them up in the Yellow Pages. So, like, I'm having to navigate through all of this to even know who I'm supposed to be elevating, which I am learning slowly but surely. But it takes a little time. I'm just getting back this week. So this is the week that I planned on putting my boots in the ground and start running.
All right. Well, again, I'll circle back with you next week then, and we'll see what's going down. All right.
Are you wanting to be an artist? Or are you wanting to be managed? Like, what is it that you're wanting exactly? Like, what is your ideal situation? Like, do you want to come back and work on a board of directors or a management position? Or are you looking to be strictly an artist?
I want to be respected.
Okay.
And openly, I have not been respected for a really long time.
Okay, I get that.
And that's the point that I've always made. With what is in place right now, whether I came back as an artist or a management, I still wouldn't be respected. Things have to drastically change at Mandem Records for it to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't understand how Saint, who I hired, who didn't respect me, stabbed her way to a promotion. That's not me saying that Saint isn't good at her job or can't do her job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, how did Saint stab someone? I quit, and now she's the CEO of the company, the highest rank other than Tommy T. What?
Mm-hmm.
How does that make sense?
That I don't even know what to comment on that, to be honest. I don't know how this exactly came about. I just know that it is.
No, I 100%. And again, I'm not saying that Saint won't do a good job, because I think she will. But my point still stands of, if I come in, whatever role I come in, I'm going to do the best at my role, because I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I say, I have options. So at the end of the day, I feel, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I do feel disrespected in a way of how things have went. I do think that some people are on a power trip. I love Harlow to bits, but you give her an ounce of power, she runs with it.
Mm-hmm.
That is Harlow. I love her to bits, but that is the truth.
Yeah, I get that.
Like I don't. This isn't gonna happen overnight. I agree with you, but there's little small mistakes that are already being made, like not pursuing talent is the hardest thing to come by.
Mm-hmm.
Yet you let talent walk out the door, not you, but the company. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, I get that.
I promise you, getting new talent is the number one hardest thing to happen at a record label in today's climate. Because they get off the train and they walk to Wu-Tang. They do not walk to Mandem Records.
Yeah, I get that.
So There's so much that I had in plan before everything went down. Look
Mm-hmm.
at what you built with the Barrio concert. Fucking amazing. You proved that it can be done.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a small feat to do. And you should be proud of that. Like,
Appreciate that.
I'll talk from me. I was so impressed. I was like, this is fucking awesome. Look at this. This is very, very cool. Obviously, I didn't love the way it ended, but that's life.
Yeah.
And it proves a number of things, Bella. It proves that you can do events. It proves that you are good with people, and it proves you can organize things.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I don't know if you have what it takes to run the entire label and be the good guy, the bad guy, and be in the Vargos.
Yeah, trust me. I get that. 110%. I get that. I'm just doing my best with what I know right now.
100, but I get that. But what does that mean? You understand that. I understand that. Probably most of the artists understand that. But what does that actually mean? Is your CEO going to be there to support you day in, day out?
I mean, I think so.
Okay, then let's see. Saint is your CEO. Let's hope that she's there to support you day in, day out. That's all I'll say. Cool?
Yeah. Yeah. I will touch base with you once I talk with her and we can know exactly what to propose to you. But even if I don't have a plan, I will touch base with you.
Sweet. Chat to you in a bit. Sorry for the long call. I wasn't expecting it to go that long.
It's all good.
All right, in a bit. Bye.
All right, bye. Oop. Okay, jeez. I have no idea what he's referring to as far as out of city things. Give me a second, you guys. I wasn't ready to jump into RP that quick. So give me a second. Let me get some shit together first. Hold on. I'm gonna put some music on. Sorry, give me